Hola y bienvenidos a Amores Patos. Hi, welcome to Amores Patos.
I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm your other host, Faby.
This is a podcast where two best friends get together and talk about
Duck facts,
duck lore,
Darkwing Duck fanfiction,
and DuckTales.
Girls' night,
Girls' night, girls' night, girls' night. So that's the mood for this episode, basically.
Yeah. We're also having kind of a girls' night tonight.
We are. We're at my mom's place.
Yes.
We're house/babysitting.
Yes.
She's 17. My sister.
But
still, she technically should not be home alone.
Mm-hmm. And we're in PJs.
Yeah, I'm in Beetlejuice pajama pants.
Yes. We went shopping.
We did. It was,
We blacked out. I came at a Hot Topic with 3 shirts.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
I got Beetlejuice pants.
Yeah. So.
We went to the Disney store and they had only one of the dabbing Chip and Dale shirts in extra large, so I could not.
You could have made it one of those fancy dresses.
No.
No. You don't want a dabbing Chip and Dale dress.
I want a dabbing Chip and Dale shirt. But they did not have any more.
No.
I was that customer and
Yeah.
asked because I really wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. Having girls' night. We weren't summoning anything though. Maybe later.
No, maybe later. Ooh.
See.
After listening to Frozen for 20
Oh
minutes
my God.
in that store, I wanted to end something.
I'm this close to snapping. It's the Frozen Fan Fest or whatever, so
Yeah.
just non-stop Frozen songs.
Mm-hmm.
And not even the ones that are in the movie. It was extra ones.
It was just 10-minute long ballads.
Yeah.
And I'm just if I hear Idina Menzel hold down another note, I'm gonna lose my shit.
In this Disney store.
But no.
We left as quickly as we could.
Yes.
Anyway. I got two boxes full of Gushers waiting for me after this, so
Hell yeah.
I'm excited.
I got a bunch of Crunch.
Yes.
It's great.
Sure. So today we're talking about episode 14 of DuckTales,
Yes.
Friendship Hates Magic, which is a pun on the My Little Pony.
I hate it.
Which one? The pun or the show?
The people.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But the show itself is fine. I've seen maybe 2 episodes.
My only run into it was at Hot Topic. With the shirts.
That doesn't count.
No.
And
then at AX.
that doesn't count either.
Yeah, that's it.
None of that counts. Anyway.
I have an old Little Pony. My Little Pony.
Yeah. I forgot that there was the old 80s one. I never watched that.
I have I do have a Rainbow Dash.
Of the old one?
Of the old one. Not old, but early 2000s old.
Oh right, fuck. There was... there wasn't a show in the 2000s though, was it? It was
I
just...
don't think so. It was just a pony.
Toys, yeah, because the toys have been forever. I mean,
Yeah.
The show was made to sell toys.
Yeah.
Like all shows in the 80s were.
I mean, yeah, I used to watch...
Transformers.
The,
Voltron.
Strawberry...
Shortcake
cartoon?
Duh, dude!
Yeah.
Yes!
I loved it.
The original Strawberry Shortcake. Because they, teenified her more recently.
No, I used to watch the
Pudgy
original...
Cheeks.
Yeah,
Strawberry
with,
Shortcake.
her friends that were all, different,
Blueberry, Orange Girl, Vanilla, maybe, there's probably a boy.
One boy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I used to love it.
Yeah.
I had a VHS tape, and it smelled like strawberries.
Oh, fuck.
And then I lost it.
That's bad. We had a Strawberry Shortcake blanket. Where the hell what happened to that? Huh. Anyway.
Did it smell like strawberries?
No, God, it was 10 years old.
Aw.
Maybe at one point it did.
Yeah.
Anyway. This episode is directed by Matthew Humphries. Mm-hmm. It was written by Rachel Vine. The story was by Frank Angonis, Madison Bateman, Colleen Evanson, Christian Magelhays, Bob Snow, and Rachel Vine.
Oh.
And the storyboards were by Stephanie Gonzaga, Victoria Harris, Von Tata, and Brandon Warren. And our watches.
Oh, yes.
Zoned out for a beat too long. Our Matilda McDuck watch.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to get a bit into Matilda McDuck at the end of this episode because it's a girls episode. Mm-hmm. And DuckTales does good with girls characters. So we're going to get into that. But Matilda McDuck watch. She is not here.
No.
But as I've said before, I have hope. Because Scrooge's fuck off parents who should be dead are still here. So I have hope for Matilda. Anyway, and a Bazinga watch.
Wait, you got a nice little place here. Only hotel, I'm never stay inside.
I'm gonna choke on this cough drop that I'm eating.
He's not here. Though he's always here in spirit because I believe him. I believe he is. Like, we got the fucking... What's his name? The Captain Foghorn.
We did.
And he was in 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. And Bazinga was also in 2 episodes. So he has every right to be in DuckTales, too.
He does. Stop saying Bazinga.
No. I will refer to him as nothing else from this point on.
No. I preferred when you just called him Benedict Cumberbatch.
That was way the beginning.
Yeah. Throwback.
Yeah, throwback. Who knows what episode that was?
I don't remember anything.
Oh God, no. Like, we record and immediately erase it from my memory. I have no idea what we talked about.
Me either.
20 minutes, I'll forget what I'm saying right now.
So that's why you'll catch us if you catch us repeating stories, is because we have no
recollection of what we talked about in the past.
Yeah, because it's been 2 years.
Oh, good Lord.
We were different people.
We were.
Sitting on the floor.
Oh God, please, you're pitiful.
We were, because we would record in a piano room.
Yeah.
And if the piano,
it'd be just the bench.
If the top wasn't, wide enough to fit something in it.
Yeah, like a laptop.
We would then we would put that on the bench.
Okay, we only did that, once.
Once or twice. Well, then we started learning which rooms had,
we learned what rooms had chairs.
Yeah. And then we would just sit on the floor.
And we'd put the computer, it was the longer piano.
Yeah,
it was not I don't know what the difference in pianos are. Like a big long piano.
Yeah.
Versus a tall skinny one.
Mm-hmm. Like a ball piano versus
piano?
a grand piano versus just a
Whatever.
So depending on the mood.
The point is we learned to record in our own homes.
That too. Because we also get flute playing in the background.
Who would?
No.
Anyway.
We just get dogs
It's
sometimes.
been 7 minutes of reminiscing.
Okay, we've done worse.
I think we did 20 minutes on, what's it called? Nothing Can Stop Della Duck.
Yes.
About Disney World. But that was because we had to re-record.
Yeah.
So I forgive us for that. But no,
and maybe listeners like us because of our personalities.
Nah.
You gave us away. So we start the episode with an aerial shot of the library. I probably will mispronounce it. It's one of those words for me that
Library?
Yeah. Library.
You're fine.
Yeah. It's one of those words that 1 out of 10 times I'll say it dumb.
No. But so we see it's Webby's going to the library to investigate the Shadow Realm.
Yeah. She's got her little backpack on.
Yeah, the book she's returning a book. Mm-hmm. The Myth of the Shadow Realm by B.A. Beagle, which you pointed out to me.
Yes.
Because it's Black Arts Beagle.
Yeah.
We've only seen the one time.
Yeah.
In McMystery at McDuck McManor. One of the only titles I remember because it's fun to say.
It's fun to say. But yeah, I mean, he was a fun character.
He was fun. So
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll see him again. Maybe not. But
we saw him. Yeah. We saw his bottom half.
Jesus. In the finale for a split second. But so we see that even though it's months later, mm-hmm. Webby is still looking for a way to find, or rescue Lena.
Yeah. Because she's, talking to the book, and she's like, myth, you're not going to stop me from finding the truth.
The Myth of the Shadow Realm. Myth. Ha! Nice try, book, but I will not be deterred in my quest. I can't be.
Because we see that there's something maybe a little off with Webby's shadow. Mm-hmm. And then it's Lena.
Yes.
Lena's in her shadow.
So we see, like, it goes to basically, like, photo negative.
Yeah.
And then
for like a split
see
second
Lena.
of when Lena's in the because Lena's in the shadow realm. Because we see when we're in the real world, we see Lena is in the photo negative.
Yeah.
And when we're in the shadow realm, Lena's in color.
Yeah.
And everything else is negative.
Yeah. So we see Webby goes in the library, we see her shadow, and then it turns into, like, photo negative, and then it's Lena.
Yeah. So Lena has been living in Webby's shadow, following her around for months.
Yes.
We don't know how long it's been, because in Duke Bologna, that it had been 3 months.
Yeah.
And this is way after that. Like, Della's come back by this point.
Yeah.
So, half a year?
Yeah.
And a year?
We don't know, like, if she was there the whole time, or if,
She
like,
was.
she was.
Because in the finale, we see that, when Webby thinks Lena's dead, like, we briefly see Webby's shadow.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Lena's in it by that point.
Okay.
So...
Yes.
Almost a year, probably, by this point. She's been living in Webby's shadow, following her around, to the point where she knows her routine down exactly.
Yeah. So
like today's library day.
Mm-hmm. So she's basically narrating as we see Webby do all these things. She says hi to the security guard. She starts swiping her card into the get inside, which I've never seen.
That's weird.
As a thing. No, yeah. So, and she's swiping it wrong. So Lena points that out, She's like, oh, you know, you did it wrong, Pink. And then she keeps walking, and then she's like, Lena's like, oh, now you're gonna go, like, borrow, like...
Bother the librarian on duty. And it's Quackfaster.
Yeah.
which Webby apparently didn't know.'s like, oh my god, you're here.
Yeah.
Because then Quackfaster also has a job as a librarian to pay for her retirement condo in Barbados.
I love her voice.
She's fucking wild.
Mrs. Quackfaster? What are you doing here?
Working a second job to pay for a retirement condo in Barbados.
Because we see that Webby asks Quackfaster, oh, can you help me find this book? Because she's been trying to find a way to bring Lena back.
Yeah.
And we see that Lena has Webby's whole speech memorized, like what she always asks for.
Yeah, because Webby's like, I'm totally not trying to find my friend, you know, from the Shadow Realm, whatever, like, and they both say it at the same time. Oh yeah, Quackfaster calls her weird.
Yeah. And I'm like, bitch, the last time you interacted with this child that we saw, you chased her around with a sword and screaming your head off. Like,
you're
one to talk. You're batshit. You have Goku hair.
No.
No, I love Quackfaster.
She's great.
She's insane.
Yeah. She's gotta be to work for Scrooge.
She's unhinged, and it's great. But we see that Lena talks to Webby.
Yeah.
Even though Webby has no idea she's there. And she's telling her, telling her to give it up. She's like, it's fine. I'm totally cool to, not be a person or interact with anyone ever again. It's totally fine.
It's good.
I'm good.
Give it up, Pink. You've messed with enough magic for one lifetime. I'll be fine in the Shadow Realm forever.
So that's depressing as fuck.
It is. Like,
I mean, she's made from Magica. She stayed the same for 15 years as like a 13, 14-year-old for 15 years, with her only mission in mind being to get Scrooge's dime to bring Magica back for 15 years.
Yeah,
and suffering Magica's abuse the whole time, and now she's just kind of stuck.
Yeah, she's stuck
in a world where she can't interact with anyone.
Yeah,
not much less her best friend.
Yeah, and she's like tied to her, so she sees her going about her day. And I mean, she knows that like Webby's not forgetting her, but you know, how long can that last?
Yeah. So, we see that so she asked Webby's asking Quackfaster for this book, and she's like, I can't give you this book. And Webby's like, oh my god, why? Like, is there like some dangerous secret? She's like, no, some other weird girl checked it out before you.
And so we get to see this like little purple hummingbird girl.
She's small. It's cute. She's her design's really cute. She's little hummingbird is voiced by
Liebe Berar,
who is I'm terrible with actors and anyone, but she's apparently she's Carly Bowman from the show Stinky Pete.
Oh
wait, Sneaky Pete.
I didn't know any.
Sneaky Pete. We were in the Disney store.
Yeah, we were.
And we made fun of some Sneaky Pete toys. Fuck. I said it right that time. I was making fun of some Stinky Pete toys. So, she's Carly Bowman from Sneaky Pete. It's their fault for making the name so similar to an iconic Disney character.
Oh my god.
But, yeah, so I mean, like, Violet's design, she's non-white coded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very obviously.
Yeah. Cute, like, black curly hair. She was wearing pants.
No, only non-white characters wear pants. Wear pants. No, it's not true. Finn does wear pants.
Yeah. Get some pants on.
Goddamn. But her voice actress is, her parents are Mexican Jewish. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's fun. So Latinos stay winning in this show. But, so, like, I really love Violet.
Oh, yeah, same.
I love her. Oh, my God. So, Webby goes over to introduce herself, because she's checked out the book that she wants.
Yeah.
And she holds up her hand and, like, tells her, like, wait for her to finish reading, like, the page she's on. And then she acknowledges her.
She's like, yes. And then Webby's like, oh, I'm Webby. You have, like, a book that...
Yeah. She tries to kind of take it.
Yeah.
Because she's like... it's probably a little too advanced because it's written in ancient Syriac, so I'm just gonna take it off your hands.
And then, because she's like, like, the book is really advanced, and then Violet responds in ancient Syriac, like, so am I.
Yeah.
And that, like, immediately, like, Webby's like, oh shit, like,
and she responds in ancient Syriac. You speak ancient Syriac too? Mm. Holy shit.
Yeah, like.
And then they kind of move into how they both speak conversational, Acaridian?
Yes. My notes are terrible. Yes.
And then that they also speak Norse.
Yes.
And so they both they start speaking in Acaridian and then in Norse to each other.
I see you have spirits of the Shadow Realm. The book's written in ancient Syriac, so it may be a bit advanced.
Yamaos.
Kares teonka tapes toy? Oh, Tem! Ite di asaru akadatu.
Conversational? Is there any other kind? Kyosamal for Nordan Vader?
Ver dein lista mal ein Dränger!
Nerds.
And they're like, oh my god, like, Webby's a little bit more like, oh my god, hell yeah.
Yeah, Violet's very deadpan in her responses, but Webby's very excited to, like, have someone who she can connect with on that level. And, she would both speak the same, like, ancient-ass languages. Mm-hmm. And we see Quackbuster walk by in the background while they're speaking in ancient Norse. She's like, nerds. Like, she's not working in a library.
Mm-hmm. There to bully children.
Yeah. And this is when Violet introduces herself as Violet Sabrewing. Mm-hmm. And then she's an actual Violet Sabrewing bird. Which I just learned.
Yeah, I told you. You're like, what is she? And I was like, she literally is a Violet Sabrewing.
Upsetting.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's there, you read it, you're like, that could be a name.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I guess. But
so Webby's like, I'm, Webby. Mm-hmm. And, like, Violet knows who she
she's
is.
Like, Webby Girl Vanderquack.
Yeah.
Like, the trusted companion on Scrooge McDuck's, like, adventures. Yeah. And Webby's like, I'm more of, like, a faithful ward. You're his new partner, Webby. Come on.
Yeah. And at this little exchange, we get Lena, who says...
Yes.
Okay, enough with the love fest.
Yeah, she wants their interactions to end immediately because they're getting a little too friendly. Mm-hmm. She's like, okay, now.
Just grab the book.
Grab the book, let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's immediately on the defensive when she's that Webby has, like, a potential new friend.
Yeah.
And so Violet's talking to Webby how she must have had, like, a bunch of really... fascinating experiences with the supernatural. Mm-hmm. And Webby's like, oh, a few kind of thing.
And so Violet's like, oh shit, like, really, like, okay, then, like...
Yeah, because she's not going to give Webby the book. No. But she's willing to review it with her.
Yeah. So basically she says, if you need it, we can review it together. I'll be at your house, like, at 5. Yeah. I'll bring my... I'll be at your house. I'll take my PJs in case, this turns into a sleepover. Yeah. So, ooh.
And Webby agrees.
Yeah.
And she's super excited.
Of course.
And we see that Lena is Less so. Mm-hmm. Significantly less
yes.
so.
She keeps being like, oh no, like, ugh.
Yeah. She's trying to, like, move Webby along, but she can't interact with anything, so it's just her being upset that there's this interaction going on and she can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
You're home at 5. I'll bring my bedclothes should our research extend longer than anticipated and I have to stay the night. Good day.
Okay. See you tonight.
Oh no, a sleepover.
Oh boy, a sleepover!
Yeah, so it ends with Webby very excited for a sleepover.
Yeah. And then she gets shushed by Crackfast.
Yeah. And Violet is such a fun character.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to capture, like, the way of who she speaks, because she's very deadpan.
Yeah.
And she speaks with a much higher vocabulary than, like, a 10-year-old.
Like, she calls everyone basically by their full name.
Yes, like,
as well.
like Webby, she only calls her Webbigail.
Yeah. Which I love.
Yeah. And a character is apparently partly inspired by Egon from Ghostbusters, which is my favorite thing, because she's just a fun, like a more fun version of him, because she's 10.
Yeah, yeah.
She's like a little 10-year-old girl. Like, I'll never forget, like, I love Ghostbusters, but like when we're first introduced to Egon, it's him talking about how Venkman stopped him from drilling a hole in his head.
Oh my god.
Because according to some ancient philosopher, that's supposed to help you think better.
Yeah.
And he's like, that would have worked if you hadn't stopped me.
Egon, this reminds me of the time you tried to drill a hole through your head. Remember that?
That would have worked if you hadn't stopped me.
It felt like a very Violet thing
like
for her to do.
I mean, she's very like
a grown-up Violet.
She's
teen Violet movie.
Violet. She seems like very down for like things in the sense, you know? Like, I love that. Because it could have been like she, you know, she's going to say later, like, she was very rational. But now she's very open to things. So I'm like, I love that.
It's like crazy ass.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Crazy shit.
Supernatural bullshit.
Mm-hmm. So we go back to
the mansion.
The manor.
Beakley's having some me time.
Yes.
Because it's inventory day.
Uh-huh.
So Scrooge and the kids are gone. I assume Della too?
Yeah, she doesn't say. She says the boy.
Yeah,
well, there was no mistaken
Scrooge
order,
and the
right?
boys. Well, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, this episode was, we got Nothing Except All Doug, Doomsday Vault, this. Mm-hmm. The Dangerous Chemistry of Gandry, and then the Darkwing episode.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that's the episode the order they were released in, and I assume they were in order?
I think so. Because I know last season we did hear that, like, things were way out of order.
Yeah.
And I haven't really heard that this time.
No, so I'm going to assume just Della's just there, too.
Yeah. If not, she'd just be chilling. Like,
yeah, maybe she's just chilling somewhere in the house. Who knows? Maybe she's seeing her therapist.
Yeah.
Which she should definitely have. Mm-hmm. God.
But yeah, so she's like, you know, finally time to relax. And as soon as she says that, like, Webby's, like, yelling.
She kicks in the door, I think.
Yes.
And does, like, a bunch of flips. Because she's telling her that she's having a sleepover. Like, guess what?
Yeah, like, she's like, oh my god, like, Granny, I'm having I have a friend coming over, and she speaks Old Norse.
Yes. And Weekly's like, oh, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, she's happy for her giving a sleepover the old college try.
I haven't tried anything in college.
I know, what the fuck. Especially after all the magical incidents that have happened during her past sleepovers.
Yes.
I want to see that Lena's here too. Mm-hmm. And she's talking about, I was mostly responsible for those. Like the money shark going into fighting the unicorn in the other bin.
And Webby's like, oh, you knew about that?
Yeah. It's like, ugh.
This is a big step given your past sleepovers.
Well,
That money bin incident with the mystical shark, the vicious unicorn battle in the other bin.
you knew about that?
Beakley knows all.
Yes, and she's like, you know, like, but I'm really proud. But we see that
this gets to Webby
Yes.
not in a negative way.
Like, yeah, it would, kind of. Like, I get where Beakley was going.
Yeah.
But pointing out the fact that,
reminding
like,
her that almost all her sleepovers have ended in supernatural disaster.
Yeah.
And them almost dying.
So Webby immediately starts panicking.
Yes.
And she's like, oh shit, you know, like, everything I've done before always ends up really bad. Like, I can't.
She doesn't want to put another friend in danger.
Yeah.
You're right. Every sleepover I ever had ended in some kind of supernatural disaster.
Yes! I mean, sure, I was the cause of most of those disasters, but...
And they all led to me losing Lena to the Shadow Realm.
Because she's saying how how all those supernatural disasters led to her losing Lena to the Shadow Realm.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, I can't do that again, you know?
So she'll make this the most normal sleepover ever.
Yes.
Lena thinks she'll cancel it. She's like, oh, awesome, we're going to cancel the sleepover then. But no.
No.
She'll make it as normal as possible. But she doesn't know what, like, normal means. Yeah. So she's like, is pie normal? I'll bake a pie.
She's like, you know, like play games, I think she says. Like pie.
Yeah, board games.
And she's like, kind of like, oh shit.
Because getting a little bit worried. She's like, oh shit. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, like she's realized what she's basically done. And we see like Webby, she's like, oh shit, like I gotta go hide my stuff. So she like bolts.
A few moments later.
Nice. Yeah, so Webby runs out of the room and we see that Beakley chases after her.
Yeah.
And Lena's, part of the conversation part, and Beakley runs through her. Yeah. Without realizing.
And it kind of looks like the action kind of shoves Lena a bit. Yeah. And so, but
probably not fun.
No.
And we see Webby running around trying, not just hiding her stuff, but just anything that screams adventure or danger.
She's flipping over frames.
Yeah, frames. She's grabbing curtains and covering treasure boxes. Yeah. She's throwing ornate masks on the ceiling and keeping up there with spears. She shoves what looks like the Sankara stones, from Indiana Jones' Temple of Doom, into a drawer.
And then she goes this glowing sword and she attempts to take it down, but it's so heavy it swings back. Yeah. And Beakley catches it
and puts it in her hands.
Yes.
And she puts it back. She's like, honey.
Yeah.
She's trying to tell her to just be herself. She's like, I've never been anyone but myself.
Yeah, except for that summer she spent in Paraguay.
Yeah, and I'm like, really?
But she's like, I know you're anxious, I know you're nervous, and I know things have gone wrong before, but there's no reason to hide who you are. Yeah. And Webby, she's like, Granny, I'm not like you. I need friends. And Beakley's like, excuse me.
I have friends.
And Webby's a little
yeah, I'm sure you do. I gotta go. And
Granny, I'm not like you. I need friends.
What? I have friends?
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Beakley yells after her, name one person I don't get along with. You hate Duckworth's guts. If he was alive, you would kill him. Again. You threw a plate at him. The second he appeared, knowing you'd have to clean that plate up. She hates that bitch's guts. And she's like, name one person. I can name several, Beakley, who you despise.
And as soon as she says that, Launchpad comes in, and it's oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's and she's really oh, fuck this guy. Because apparently she hates his guts, too.
Which kind of made me sad, because I guess I just assumed they were friends.
I assumed they got along, just because they've been working... She's been working for Scrooge for a decade, him for at least a few years. Yeah. Considering just by the fact that it's been a year since the kids came. So I'm like, you guys just never hung out, huh? No. You couldn't give a shit, Beakley. Alright.
So Launchpad goes on to
and Launchpad comes in just being Launchpad. We'll put the voice thing in. Yeah. It's very nice, just Launchpad.
Gotta go!
Name one person I don't get along with.
Hey, Mrs. B. I just finished fixing that gate I broke on the way in. Just a heads up, I'm probably going to break it on the way out, too.
And Beakley's right, okay, I need to prove that I have friends. Yeah. To myself and my 10-year-old grandchild.
But I do love that, Webby and Beakley interacted.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they go long time
without interacting. And I'm like...
you're related.
You're related. You raised this child. Yeah. This very hyperactive child. And so Beakley tells, asks Launchpad, sup with me?
Yeah.
She's like,
if you're not busy this evening?
Yeah, if you're not busy. And he's like, I don't know, you're British or something?
Just the delivery of that.
funny, dumb Launchpad.
Oh, he's like, scoring A+ in the himbo test today. Like,
it's not even the one brain cell. It's like a third.
He hasn't met Darkwing, so he doesn't have the brain cell yet.
He doesn't have the brain cell to share.
So, he has to take deep breaths.
She's like, no, do you want to have dinner?
Yes.
And he's like,
yeah,
every night.
Every night. And he's like, maybe I'll do some, like, burritos.
He'll make taquitos.
Taquitos. And she's like,
God, it's like Launchpad eats like me from 2 years ago did. God. I eat better than Launchpad, which, no, that's actually not surprising. No, actually, no, it's not.
Yeah, considering he started a revolution
around burritos.
Why did we expect more?
I know. I guess, is taquitos a step up?
Depends what kind.
That's true.
Because remember how we used to, I used to eat those so much.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
We used to go shopping together and buy that.
Oh, my God. Nightmares. I cook real food now.
Yeah, same.
It's so much better.
Like, it's rare
it tastes so much better.
Yeah. I used to eat so much Hamburger Helper.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
No. Trader Joe's has good and cheap food. People don't know this.
Mm-hmm.
If you live in the U.S., I guess.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's has actually very inexpensive and very, very good tasting food.
Yeah.
Like frozen foods that already have all that seasoning shit or whatever. You just oven, stove, whatever. Even microwave, that's kind of gross.
Yeah.
And it's inexpensive and it tastes good. And they have, like, raw meat. Like, fucking everything up. Hamburger.
The chicken's a little expensive.
I get the chicken tenders, and it'll be, like, or chicken strips or whatever, and it'll be, like, between 5 and 6 strips for, like, $4. Oh, that's what I normally get, not full chicken breast.
Yeah.
And that'll last me, like, a week.
Okay.
And with seasoning, whatever.
And their produce, I think, like, at least in our area, it's probably the cheapest.
Yes.
You do take risks, because sometimes things go bad fast.
Yeah.
Like bananas, I can't buy bananas from Trader Joe's because they go bad fast.
It's inexpensive, but if you just get it and you use it quickly, like, it's good.
Yeah.
And, like, they just got ground beef, they got hamburger patties, everything that's healthier and inexpensive.
Yeah, and, like, for me that I'm a student, sometimes I don't want to buy, like, a whole, like, like cabbage. Yeah. So they'll sell, like, smaller, like, easy packs of that.
Yeah.
It's really helpful. So I make stir fries and I buy, like, pre-cut things.
Yeah. I make the chicken tender strips in the oven and with seasoning and stuff, because making stuff on the stove can be iffy sometimes.
Yeah.
Like stuff like chicken and stuff.
Yeah,
like
it tends to dry.
Yeah. So make it in the oven with like just fucking vegetable oil. You just look up how to cook like oven roasted chicken. I always forget the temperatures. I'm always looking up the recipe. But yeah, like that was our little thing.
Another tip. Get as many discounts as you can, like in places like where they're like Rite Aids or like Safeways, where you can just give them your number to get discounts.
Yeah,
just
and they don't charge you for like Rite Aid and Safeway. Mm-hmm. Safeway especially, I think. Yeah, because they have like definitely like the good discounts. Rite Aid's kind of expensive, just in general. Yeah, so Safeway definitely, or Vons, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
As a fun little, we're now fifth years in college, so now we know a bit.
Honestly.
And dollar store for like Tupperware and all like saran wrap, aluminum foil.
If you can find specifically a Family Dollar,
or Dollar
Tree's a little bit bad.
Yeah,
because Family Dollar has like legit like brand stuff for cheaper. Yeah, and so that's always good. And honestly, like if you can, like don't shop all in one place.
Yeah.
Like I know like certain things are cheaper like at Target, so I'll wait to do a Target run. You know, you figure out, like, what's cheaper over here, and you just kind of, like, figure your life out that way.
But all this from the fact that Launchpad makes taquitos.
Oh, yes. Launchpad, eat better.
Eat better, Launchpad.
I mean, I guess he works out, but still.
But with that muscle mass, he has to eat actual food to maintain it. True. He needs to be healthy.
I was about to say that my brother, he's, like, trying to, you know, get fit or whatever, so he eats a lot of chicken breast and, like rice and like
you
vegetables.
Want Launchpad to eat chicken breast?
And that's the thought I had, and I immediately regretted it.
Woof.
Anyways, Beakley's regretting ever asking him.
Yes, she's regretting like even acknowledging him in this instance.
Launchpad, if you're not busy this evening, sup with me?
Sup with you? I guess you're British or something?
No, I mean supper. Would you like to have dinner?
Oh, yeah. Every single day. Ooh, maybe I'll make myself taquitos tonight.
Yeah, so anyway.
I mean, just the screen cap we have, she just looks so done with it.
She's so done. She's like, okay, I'm just gonna walk away now. I'm gonna forget this conversation ever happened.
Like, how long did it... Because it cuts when she, like, takes a deep breath, so how long did it take for her to be like, no, can you stay and let's have dinner? Yes. Like, don't go to the garage.
Yeah.
Just stay there.
Yes. I'm going to cook food here for both of us.
Yes.
And you're going to sit there and like it. And so we see quickly, we go back to Webby, who's hiding everything in her room. And she has knives in the wall. Like, she has all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, she just has, like... You know, it's Webby's room. We've seen it before. And it's just packed full of her personality. Yeah. And so we see her, like, she's carried this box of,
and it's one of many boxes. Yeah. So it's taking her a few hours, I guess, to literally clear everything out of her room. Even, like, the giant stuffed bear.
Yeah, everything's gone. There's just stuff, like, hanging off the, like, the...
Yeah, and there's, like, the dust pattern where the items all used to be. Even all her books are gone. She has her little case of the secret files of Webby Vanderquack. Oh. That's all that's left.
And she's like, okay, perfectly normal.
Normal.
I'd be scared if I entered
there's just nothing. Okay. And we hear the doorbell ring, and she just, without thinking, asks Duckworth to go get it. The ghost butler.
Yes. And she's like, oh, crap, like,
Ghost butler!
And we see her, like, do this, like, epic, like, she slides down the banister.
Leaps off the chandelier, and just cuts through Duckworth's body. Yeah. Like, sorry! And he fades up to the ceiling like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You asked me to answer the door.
I went, and you destroyed me?
Yeah. Fucking rude.
So now I need to go take a nap.
Yeah. See if I ever do anything for you again. Jesus. Yeah. So she answers the door.
And, she's really out of breath when she does it. So as soon as she opens the door, she's like, oh, like, it's a big house. I run everywhere.
Yeah. And we see that, Violet brought a pie.
Yes.
So that's cute. And we see that Lena follows Webby down.
Yes. And she's not happy.
No, she's not happy to see Violet.
And she's like, I'm not buying what she's selling.
Yeah.
And she's like,
And she Violet gives Webby the pie. She's like, a pie? How normal. And they head inside.
Yes. So we go back to Beakley and Launchpad.
I don't know why Beakley did this. She set out, like, all 80 utensils for some reason.
Yeah.
Knowing she's having dinner with Launchpad. Like, you wouldn't just put the one spoon he needs. Or, I mean, she had to have set the table.
Yeah. Unless... No, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Why would you make him suffer? Like, look at him. He eats taquitos! Do you think he knows what a soup spoon looks like? I don't know what a soup spoon looks like. I just fucking grab one. Like, I don't fucking...
He's like my apartment. There's one spoon. If you're lucky, you'll get it. Because I don't know where the spoons went.
No.
But yeah, so they're sitting at opposite sides of the table. And there's
the long-ass dining table.
And there's, like, a plant between them. So she's kind of, like, seeing that he's, like, trying to decide. He's, like, going back and forth between, like, one side. And he's, like, looking at them. And, like, it's, like, split pea soup or something.
Yeah. I love that he took his hat off for dinner.
Yeah.
So it's next to him. That's cute. But, so she's like, if you need any help. But he's immediately super confident. He's like, nah, I got it.
And so he can't decide between Joey's spoon. So he grabs 3 of them.
He uses them all. 3 in each hand. And he's just making a mess.
With spoon hands.
So it's fucking awful. It's really just fucking terrible to witness. And so he decides, okay, fuck spoons.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use a straw.
And so we see him starting to decide between, like, a normal straw or one of those, like, curly straws. Crazy straw. That's the name. I could never buy one of those. I'm like, what the fuck?
I still love those.
They were cool.
I once drank one with milk, and it's like, oh, that's going in the garbage. Yeah. In the garbage. I'm losing my mind.
Anna's face down like Lunchbed soon will be. So he chooses the crazy straw, and he's just really trying. He's really trying.
It's going fine until a pea gets stuck in the straw.
Mm-hmm. And then he just blacks out because he can't.
He passes out from oxygen deprivation.
And he face plants on the soup.
Where he will drown in an inch of soup.
And Beakley just kind of like looks at him. And she keeps eating because if she kills another man, like, who cares?
Nothing on her conscience.
She tried.
I can't breathe. Oh my god, my sides hurt.
It's just, you know, sometimes Launchpad has these really profound episodes, and sometimes you're just like, how are you still alive? You know?
Oh my god, I'm in so much pain.
I want Scrooge to be like eating on the side and like looking at
it. Like, what the fuck? Like, Beakley, help him.
I also love how I just implied that Beakley sits at the front of the table, at the head of the table, and Scrooge sits on the side.
It's her house. Oh my goodness. God, I'm literally in so much pain. I can't laugh again.
Ever.
For real, it's Beakley's house. She sits at the head of the table. Mm-hmm. Scrooge is lucky we get to see it. She cooks the food. Of course, she damn well better get a seat at the head of the table.
Yeah. He pays her rent.
Yeah. I can't. God, God. I can't. We can't go back because the image of Launchpad lying face down in this soup will haunt me for the rest of my days. It's maybe the fucking worst thing I've ever seen. Next episode, he has the most fucking profound speech multiple times.
Yeah.
And in this one, he's lying face down in pea soup. The duality of man.
The duality of man. I've come to terms with it after I raged during Mount Everest.
Yeah.
But still, it's jarring sometimes.
Oh my god.
If they had ever released the Launchpad plush, I will drown one in pea soup.
You'll buy two?
I'll buy
just
two.
To horribly mangle one?
Yes.
And throw it in the garbage?
Yeah. Or I'll just, like, donate him. Who wants him?
Throw him in the wash and then donate him.
Mm-hmm. Or if you want him with pea soup on him.
Yeah. Just
let me know.
Like the mold. This deteriorated. I lost my mind for a bit.
Huh? Yeah.
So Beakley just lets Launchpad drown.
Yes.
And we go back to Webby.
Yeah. Who's like, you know, showing Violet the house.
And she's showing her around her room.
Yes. And she's like, oh, you look, everything's perfectly normal.
Yeah. I love, she shows her room and it's totally empty.
Yeah.
With clearly dust patterns of where things used to be.
And her little, like, journal book, like, falls over.
And her response is, clean, Spartan. I like it.
Yeah.
Like,
and she's very direct, like, okay, you know, like, now down to business. Like, yeah. So I was starting to read about tulpas. And so tulpas, yes.
It's something from the book she's reading.
Mm-hmm.
They're manifestations of powerful emotions.
Yes.
Jealousy, greed, and that live in a dark realm adjacent to our own, the shadow realm.
Yeah.
And this is the closest thing she's found to what Magica unleashed during the Shadow War.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh shit, that's an actual explanation.
Yeah.
Like, they're not just people's shadows, it's like manifestations of them.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Which is creepy.
Yes. I mean, they were really creepy.
They were creepy, yeah. And we see Webby and Lena are like listening, like. But we see that because Violet has done research since the Shadow War happened. Yeah. And I was really happy to get more mention of the Shadow War.
Same.
Like how it affected people. Because I mean, weird shit happens all the time. Like Scrooge dropped a giant ass beanstalk on the town, but this is like an army of everyone's shadow coming to life and trying to kill them.
And we see that like they terrorize
the
city, and like so it's nice to see like some like a person's like perspective on what happened.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
It's like so this horrible thing happened, and I mean nobody knows what the fuck without it was, but she did research.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the closest thing I found to what that was.
Yeah.
But we see Webby starts getting nervous.
Yeah.
With all the supernatural talk because she doesn't want anything to go wrong. So she pulls out she grabs behind her, pulls out Bagel
for kids.
Kids ages
for babies. Which
is cute. What the fuck?
I thought you were gonna do the Chris Fleming.
No, I was trying.
Okay.
I know it's for babies, but I need it. You're welcome.
And so
I complete it. Anyway,
so Webby's like, who likes this?
Yeah, she's trying to keep the sleepover normal.
Yeah,
like, desperately.
I love Violet's response. She's like, everyone.
Yeah,
but anyway,
but I thought we came to talk about the book. And but Webby's like, let's do icebreakers. Yes. And Violet's like, okay. What do you know about magic and dispel and the Shadow War?
And we see Lena. She's like, oh shit! Like she just said the M word. You know, like
magic and dispel.
She's also
she
startled.
Knows,
yeah.
And she's definitely startled. And this is definitely leading. And this is when Lena becomes even more certain that she can't trust Violet. That Violet cannot be trusted. That Webby should not be near her.
Yeah.
It like solidifies what she's already decided that she does not like Violet.
Yeah.
And now this is just evidence for her.
And Webby, she's like, makeovers!
Makeovers!
And Lena's like, no, that's not the M word.
Yeah. And so she drags Violet away.
Yeah.
Oh, we have plenty of time for that. It's a sleepover! So, let's start with some icebreakers to get to know each other.
Okay, I'll go first. What do you know about magic and dispel in the Shadow War?
Aha! She just said the M word.
Makeovers!
What? No! Magica!
But we see, Lena sits behind in the room for a bit. And that... she's obviously, she's really suspicious about Violet. She thinks Violet is trying to use Webby to learn about Magica. She calls her Aunt Magica still, which is depressing.
Yeah.
But
and then we see that like something's like glowing in one of Violet's bags.
And when Lena goes to look,
it's her amulet.
It's her amulet, yeah. And she's like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Yeah, and she immediately like calls out to Webby.
Yeah.
And runs out the room. Like, I have to stop. Like, like maybe Violet's trying to use it to channel Magic's power.
Yes. And
like I have to stop her before it's like
before she hurts Webby.
Yeah.
And so she runs out, and we see that I think in the Shadow Realm, right? We see that in the Shadow Realm, like a hand starts to come out of the amulet. So it's like, oh, what the fuck? There's something in there. What the hell is this? Yeah. So this is 100%. Like Lena is like Violet cannot be trusted.
Yeah.
And she has my amulet, and she knows about Magica.
Yeah.
Like,
so like. Why else would you need an amulet, basically?
Yeah. And this one specifically. And so she runs to find Webby, and she finds her in one of the bathrooms.
Yes.
And they had... so their makeover. I love their makeovers.
Same.
Oh my god. Because it's so fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's like... They could have done, like,
glam makeup.
Yeah, but that wouldn't fit their characters either. So, like, their version of makeup is like monster movie makeup.
Yes, like gore. Like,
yes.
So we see like a shot of Webby, and she's like has like stitch over an eye, and like an eye,
pus, and like
pus.
scars, and like an eye falls out.
Yeah, it's like weirdly like lumpy and stuff like that. And
like
it's
zombie.
Like, so fun.
Dead face thing.
Yes.
And Violet looks like a demon.
Yes. But we first see like Webby like this. And, like, Lena comes in, and that's all she sees, so she's,
first.
like, scared.
She's like, oh my god, I'm too late.
Yeah.
But it's like, I look so great!
Yeah. And so we see, like, they're full, both of their makeup. Yeah. Like, Violet's, she's the demon Rakshasa. Yeah.
And the Rakshasa, I looked up.
Yeah.
They're actually, it's not one kind of demon. It's not one demon, it's like a kind of...
Yeah.
It's like a demon or goblin from Hindu mythology.
Ooh.
I didn't look up more than that.
Yeah.
They exist in real life. Or they're a thing in real life.
It's like cool, like a really cool design.
It's fun.
I really like it.
And she compliments Webby on her like the splayed dermis of like her fucked up face. And Violet mentions that the fangs are crooked.
Yeah.
On her Rakshasa makeup.
Yeah.
So Webby replies that, oh no, that he has a crooked fang from a poker brawl. Yeah. I have proof, and she quickly stops herself from continuing.
Mm-hmm. And
but Violet's like, for real?
Yeah.
Like where?
And she's like, definitely not in the attic. And like, she's like, oh, and then also Lena like covers her mouth.
Covers her mouth, like, stop sharing your secrets. But she's worried about Webby. She thinks that Violet is like her, like Lena, trying to trick Webby into revealing her secrets.
Because Violet bolts, Webby bolts, and then Lena is yelling, like, you know, like, that's what she wants you to do, like, because that's what I would have done back in the day.
It's all very sad. And so we see that Violet beat Webby up to the attic, or her attic room, like where her bed actually is. And I love, there's like this signed photo from Rakshasa, the demon.
To Webby.
To Webby. It's like, to Webby, stay gold, Rocky.
I love it. And so Violet's like, you know, like, oh, you're right, like the fang is crooked.
Yeah. And she sees all this stuff that Webby's hidden up, all the supernatural, mystical stuff.
Her bag of magic rocks.
Yes, I love we didn't mention that. It's a box that just has written on the side, magic rocks.
And they're like glowing blue. I love it.
In the corner. And Webby's like, well, this stuff doesn't freak you out?
Yeah.
And it's like, of course it doesn't. Like, Violet is like, fuck no, I love this shit.
Yeah.
And she's saying that she finds it all fascinating. Mm-hmm. And even, especially, like, she detects a strong ectoplasmic aura from Webby's friendship bracelet. Yeah. Which Lena made, and we know has magic. Like, friendship literally has magic.
Yeah.
In this, and that it can do shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, friendship is literally like a magical force.
Yeah.
It's what keeps Lena alive.
Yeah. It's what keeps them bound together. And it's like, he's like grabbing her hand and looking at it. And Webby kind of like, doesn't really want to say what it is, because she's like,
I mean, as like a token of her friend who died. Yeah. As far as she knows. So it's probably not something she wants to talk about.
Yeah, so because Lena, she's like that's not yours. Like don't touch it.
Yeah, she like tries to run like like, you know, kind of grab and like have not, she doesn't want Violet touching it. Yeah, but she can't touch them. Yeah, so she just passes right through them.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, like, you know, like it's nothing, and we see Lena's reaction, which is like a little like shocked.
Yeah, she's like, hurt by that, and she puts it in her pocket. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that. Oh, it's rough.
So then Webby's like, okay, like, let's play a game. Like, again, like, kind of moving away from the subject.
Yeah, and she does this like bagel or something, and, because Violet has, like, ancient Demogorgon runes. Yeah. She wants to use contact spirits. But Webby's like, bagel? And to which Violet's like, rune bagel? And they're like, okay, compromise. We'll summon spirits and play a fun kids game. At the same time. Mm-hmm. And we see in the Shadow Realm behind Lena, some strange shadowy thingies are appearing.
Basically the same, because they look the same as, like, the ghosts from, oh my god, what the episode's called?
Secrets of Castle Macduff.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of ghosty.
Mm-hmm. So they go to play.
We see Beakley and Launchpad sitting on the couch in one of the sitting rooms. Launchpad has his coloring time.
Yeah.
He has a coloring book.
He has like, one crayon.
With just one big red crayon, and he can't stay inside the lines.
No. And he's making these, like, noises that are just like...
Because Beakley's just sitting next to him very quietly, reading her book. And he's getting, like, increasingly anxious the longer the silence stretches.
Which at first I thought, I was like, is he really just, like, trying to concentrate really hard? Because I know, like, I'll just, like, start mumbling if I'm drawing. But no, it's like he's anxious.
He's super anxious. And then eventually he just can't take it anymore. And he's like, he's convinced Beakley's gonna fire him.
Yeah.
He's like, just do it. Just go fire me. Just get it over with.
And he's like, I'm not gonna fire
you. Excuse? Like, what?
And Lashman's like, why are you buttering me up then?
Like, why are you being nice? And I'm like, damn. Alright.
So Beakley's like, like, I'm just trying to be your friend. I'm trying to establish a friendship because surely we have something in common.
Yeah.
So she starts listing things off. Yeah.
Yeah, so Beakley's trying to be like, okay, we must have something in common. Yeah. Like, and she's trying to establish a bond of friendship.
Yeah. So she's like, politics? Lashman's like, no.
He shakes his head.
No.
He's like, I don't know what that is.
Sports? Mm-mm. Cricket? Is like...
And she's like, cricket, how about cricket? He's like, I'm not a bug guy.
So she comes like, okay, you're a pilot. So what are your thoughts on this hyper-specific thing of a plane?
Versus this.
Like,
And he's like, yes. Propellers keep the plane in the air.
The propellers, they put the plane in the sky.
Fine. I suppose we'll just never have anything in common.
And I literally wrote down, that's me talking to other chem majors that, really know what they're doing. I'm just like, yes, bonds and solutions.
Definitely. Beakley just gives up. She's like, okay, I guess we'll never have anything in common.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna just fucking ignore you. She says, Beakley.
So, but, he becomes really interested in her book.
Yeah.
Because it's like a little red book, and it has, a familiar-ish figure.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
It's the Scarlet Pimpernel.
Yes.
In this. And he's like,
where did you get that Darkwing Duck book?
Yeah. She's like, no, it's this. And he's like, basically like a crime fighting guy from the past. And he's like, oh, just like Darkwing Duck. Mm-hmm. And Beakley, I don't know who that is. She just takes the book back. And she's just gonna keep reading and ignore him.
Yes. Where'd you get that Darkwing book?
Beg your pardon? Oh, that is the Scarlet Pimpernel, a masked man who stalks the city at night to protect people from harm.
Just like Darkwing Duck.
I don't know what that is.
And he's very excited. He's like, what? Lady, hold on to your cape. Because this night's about to get dangerous.
And he pulls out the Darkwing Duck tape he apparently keeps in his jacket.
Yes.
At all times. His emergency Darkwing Duck tape.
As you do.
Yes, one does. And he does a very cool action-y pose.
You can't see us, but we also do.
Yeah, we just made motions right now, so...
So we go back to the girls doing black magic.
Yeah. Soft black magic at this point.
Gray magic.
Yes. It gets into dark magic in a bit. Thank you, gray magic.
And we're going to do a lot of humming. We're not going to do it, but there's a lot of humming involved.
Yeah, we'll put it. It sounds cool and creepy.
Yeah.
But so they're doing... Right now they're playing Rune Baggle.
Yeah.
And she starts... Violet starts reading from this book. It's this incantation. Mm-hmm. And at first Lena's like, okay, this bitch doesn't know anything. Okay, I was wrong, okay? She doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
But then it starts working.
Yeah.
The runes start to glow. Mm-hmm. And Lena's like, oh, fuck. And she, whacks it.
Yeah.
And she actually hits it.
Mm-hmm.
She's able to interact with the runes because of Violet's incantation.
Because she had said she had basically called all the shadows to her to interact with her.
Yeah.
And... when that happens, everyone's startled, obviously. Yeah. Especially Lena herself.
Yes.
She's like,
she's like, I touched that. I was able to touch that. Mm-hmm. And just, the grim reality that she hasn't been able to touch anything.
Yeah.
She can't interact with anything in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Shadows of the Dark Realm, find favor with my call.
Forget what I said, Webby. This girl doesn't know squat about the Shadow Realm.
Make your presence known, great spirits, one and all.
What? Oh no.
I touched that?
I touched that! How did I touch that? Oh, she's good.
It's depressing. She sees that she can interact with the runes. She starts moving them in a message.
Yeah.
And, good God.
This is probably my favorite fucking joke. Because, so, Violet and Webby start like, oh shit, like, let's read what the runes say.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to read them, like, in a specific order.
Yeah.
That's what they say, whatever. And they're reading this, and I think Violet's like, like, oh, it says something about... Thundertrots. Maybe it's about, like, the 4 horsemen.
Yeah.
And then Webby's like, oh, this one says, like, rodent truth. Like, I wonder what the mice are hiding.
Yeah. What do the mice know?
And then Lena is like, what? Like,
what the fuck, you dumbasses?
Don't trust her. And so we
big
zoom
ass
out.
letters, it says, don't trust. The runes have been moved to spell, don't trust her.
Yes. And I love it. She's like, oh, nerds.
Like, look at the big picture, good lord.
But then Violet says, like, we need more clarity. So she goes to do, like, another, like, chant.
Now we're getting to black magic territory. So we see creatures start appearing en masse now in the Shadow Realm.
And Lena finally notices.
Yeah. So she's like, okay, I need to warn them.
Yeah.
I need to warn them that whatever Violet is doing, it's dangerous for Webby.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, like how does a spirit interact like with the land of the living? Like, because she still can't touch them.
Yeah.
But she can interact with items, with objects.
And so she sees, like, a sheet covering something.
And she's like, oh, so cliche. But it's the best she got.
Yes. So it's hard to describe these scenes because, like, it's very visual based. Yeah. So, like, we keep going kind of back and forth between, like, the Shadow Realm, which is, like, in negative, and then, like, the real world, you would say. So she's trying to communicate with them. So we hear her saying, like, Webby, don't trust her, like, she's summoning evil spirits.
Yeah. But all they see is this floating bed sheet.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of pointing.
Mm-hmm. And so Webby's like, an evil
spirit.
And Lena's like, oh, yeah, like, you can't hear me. You can just see me.
Right. And we see Violet tackles Lena. And then Lena throws her off. And Violet she gets thrown into her backpack.
Yeah.
And Lena's amulet is knocked out.
Yeah. So she grabs at it.
Yeah, she grabs it and uses it to, like, shoot Lena with it.
Yeah.
Like, with magic.
Like the sheet, yeah. And in the second, like, it does something to where Webby sees Lena for, like, a glimpse. And then she kind of disappears.
Yes.
And, like, Lena's, like, calling out to Webby.
Yes. In that split second.
Yeah.
And then she's gone.
Yeah.
And to which Webby's pissed.
Yeah.
Like, in a second, she, like, tackles Violet. She's like, where did you get this?
Yeah.
Sleepover's over. Like, talk.
Yes. She's like, if you don't tell me, like, I'm gonna knock it out of you.
Yeah.
Where did you get that? Slumber party's over. Start talking. No! I'm gonna need some answers or I'm gonna knock you into the Shadow Realm the hard way.
She literally said, which I also thought, like, was funny because after she does it, like, Violet looks a little like, okay, like, like, I got you, like, a little, like, happy, like, we beat this thing.
Yeah.
But she immediately
Webby's Webby's, she's pissed.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Like.
And so, so we see that she's demanding that Violet explains where the hell you got this.
Yeah.
Like, it's Lena's amulet from a magical staff. Like,
what the fuck?
How did you have this? And so Violet explains.
Yeah. She kind of, like, she does the dramatic walk away.
Yes,
so she can talk from above.
Look and, like, stare into nothing so she can have a flashback.
So she says, like, that she found it on the beach.
Yeah.
So the day that, like, the Shadow War happened, she was running, like, from somewhere. And, like, she goes on to say that before any of that happened, she was a very rational person. Like, she didn't think about magic or anything, but, like, that kind of, like, opened her mind that, like, the world isn't just, like, safe.
Yeah. It's not everything she'd come to know it was. That, it opened her eyes to, like, a greater world that she knew nothing about and deeply wants to understand now that she knows it exists.
Yeah. And she, it comes kind of out of, like, the flashback to ask Webby, like, do you ever feel like you've been sheltered? Yeah. Like, you're living a sheltered life. And we know that Webby was.
She literally was.
Yeah.
Like, even though she had all this training, she had no experience out with people, with actual people, with actual adventure.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, her confidence suffers because of that, because she doesn't know how to be normal. She doesn't know how to do all the right things sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And Lena comes back. We see her, and she's, like, telling Webby, like, you're not buying this, like, are you?
Yeah.
And Webby...
But of course she... Yeah.
Yeah. She's like...
Because, I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah.
But Lena, her view is that she can't trust Violet at all.
Mm-hmm.
So she thinks it's all, like, a scam.
Yeah.
Like what Lena would have done.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And this is very much Lena's thing in this episode. It's Lena's feelings and Lena's emotions about things that are sort of kind of bite her in the butt.
Yeah.
So...
Because Webby explains that Violet shouldn't be messing with this amulet. Because she already lost one friend because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Violet knows Lena. Because she says, like, Lena, right? Like,
yeah.
That's who you lost.
Yeah, 'cause I think she heard Webby call out to her.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, well, I think if we harness Magica's amulet, we can get her back.
Yeah. And she said, like, let's bring her home.
Mm-hmm.
And Webby's, like, immediately, like, down for that.
Yeah, to which, I mean, both Webby and Lena are surprised. Like, they know that was possible. But still, Lena doesn't trust her.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know, we haven't mentioned, but she calls her Pink.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cute. She's like, like, this is dangerous, Pink. And Webby's like, like, let's do it. Let's open, a rift in the Shadow Realm and just get my friend back.
Yeah.
Lena, yes? What if I could bring her back? What? If Lena was banished back into the Shadow Realm, as you say, then perhaps, using Magica's amulet, we might be able to harness those powers and pull Lena back home.
This is dangerous, Pink.
Let's crack open the Shadow Realm and get my friend back.
I got spooked.
Oh god, and so we go back to Beakley and Launchpad.
Mm-hmm.
They're watching, I guess, the Haunting of Mr. Banana Brain.
Yeah.
Which is...
If you've never seen it,
a really good episode. Like, it has Paddywhack, who we see for a brief second here, who's just the duck version of Pennywise, and he's the fucking worst.
Yeah.
God,
he has
the creepiest ass voice.
His voice reminds me of like Sideshow Bob, where it's like unnaturally low.
Yeah.
If you can't go to the Simpsons land in Universal Studios, because Sideshow Bob is like 8 feet tall.
I hate that.
Huh? What? Ooh, yes.
So we're like watching the TV screen, watching this episode, and we see him like possessed.
Yeah, we see him possess Mr. Banana Brain, which is Quacker Jack's doll.
Yes.
And definitely watch The Haunting of Mr. Banana Brain. It's creepy. It's creepy.
Yeah.
Like, because there's just, he's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Paddywhack is like 8 feet tall, 9.
Yeah, and he's like skinny,
really skinny, and he does like weird things with his body that make him look the worst.
Not so much like Ragdoll.
No.
But just like he's spiky, he's
too long.
Yeah. I hate
and so he'll like crouch, and it's like, don't do that.
It looks like a daddy long legs.
Oh. And so it's just I want to rewatch that now. It's a good episode.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say you want to watch it. And I'm like, I don't like clowns.
No, not it. But so we see him possess Mr. Banana Brain, and so they're watching this episode, and Beakley is just
not amused.
She's like, okay, so.
She's losing
Paddywhack.
cells.
She is by the minute. She's like, okay, so Paddywhack is possessing Mr. Banana Brain, who is Quacker Jack's doll.
Yes.
And Mr. Banana Brain is now fighting Darkwing.
And for some reason, like, there's so much, like, slide whistle noises in the episode itself, which made me laugh.
Because it's like Darkwing just being like really dumb and goofy.
Yeah.
Like he fires the gas, but it knocks him back. And slide whistle noise.
Yeah.
Suck gas, you perfidiously possessed plantain!
And we see Launchpad do that thing where he's like kind of looking at her like laughing like ha ha ha.
Like you make sure she's like watching and enjoying the episode.
Oh, she's not.
No.
Not really.
No.
And like Launchpad's response to her being like, "This is what it's about."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, like the lore goes deep, man."
Yeah. She's like, I bet. And she's like, I will hope the girl's having a better time than me. Well, you know, playing with dark magic, summoning...
This is what inspired Girls' Night.
Girls' Night. Girls' Night. Black magic. Summoning something from the dark realm.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. You know, as one does.
And so, as they're doing this, they're humming, holding hands, there's, like, candles around them. Lena's, like, begging Webby, like, don't do this, she's just using you, like... Yeah. You know, she wants power, like, she specifically says, like, I should know.
Yeah, because it's, yeah. And so it's just this, like, her putting, like, her, like, just, like, I don't know.
There's a word.
Yeah. Like, she's seeing herself in Violet.
Yeah.
Like, she can't imagine that this is just someone who wants to be Webby's friend. Like, it has to be someone who wants to use her. Like, just because she's done this, because she's done this before.
Yeah.
Like, since she's so protective of Webby, that even though this is someone wanting to be Webby's friend, she can only perceive it as a threat. Because it's a threat to her.
Yeah.
And as she sees it, it's a threat to her, like, her existence, like, Webby remembering her.
It really directly is that, because, like, I really saw that specifically when Webby didn't, like, rejected she rejected to talk about, like, what the bracelet was. And she said, oh, it's nothing. In that instance, it must have been, like, she's already, like, on the way to forget me. Because, like back when she was trying to get her to keep researching, it's, like, one day that she doesn't research may turn into she never comes back to the library to start researching. Yeah. Which means she doesn't know who Webby is. And she'll always be there connected to Webby, watching her. Yeah. But Webby will never, like, her fear is that Webby will just never think about her. Yeah. Like, she doesn't want her to risk her life to get her back, but she kind of wants to know that Webby is trying to get her back. And now she's trying, and she's like, don't
do that. Because we see, as their whole chant continues, more shadow creatures start appearing. And now they look like Magica.
Yes. Which... like,
freaks Lena out, for
sure. Yes, for sure. Like, she says, like, not again. Yeah. And so Violet's, like, you know, like, rise and speak. She's, like, doing her whole thing.
And we see that the amulet rises up out of the ground, rises up and goes inside Lena. The shadow things become one, they all merge into one. Like, that looks like Magica. And then they start spinning around the ground, around Webby and Violet and the candles. Yeah.
And we see that in that moment, basically, the rift is opening. Yeah. They're opening it, and Lena's like, quit, like, stop right now. Yeah. And she goes to, like, pull them apart. Yeah. But all she does is that she pulls them
into the Shadow Realm.
Yeah. And I really like this moment. Yeah. I was watching this, like, late at night and redoing notes and legit, like, getting emotional about it because, like, Webby's reaction is immediately to, like, tackle hug Lena.
Yeah.
Like, it's really sweet.
It is, it's nice. It really just grabs in. Like, there's these shadow things, and Violet's like, guys. And Webby's like, oh, where are my manners? Yeah. Like, Violet, this is Lena.
And Lena, you know, is like, I know who she is. Like, she's a spy, a thief, a second, like, rate knockoff version of me, you know? And at this point, they're, like, being, like, engulfed by, like, the tulpas. And she yells, like, get away from my Webby. She's mine. Yeah. And my notes are just, And at this moment, the creatures turn into Lena.
Yes.
Like, her, like, her figure.
Yeah, they look like her now. Like, the moment she says that, like, that Webby's hers. Yes. And it's like, what the fuck?
And
what is this? Yeah. And then they grab Webby.
Yes.
And, like, they run out. Yeah.
They, like, overwhelm everyone. Yeah. And just leave.
And they burst out of the room. So, like, they're still in it. So they're still, like, in the mansion, but just, like, the Shadow Realm.
Yeah. So, like, the whole mansion is in, like, the negative version.
And we see that, so these are tulpas. Yeah. As Violet points out, that, the manifestations of desire, specifically Lena's desire to not be forgotten by Webby.
Yeah.
because Lena immediately blames Violet for this happening, and Violet's like, "You dumbass! Like, they look like you.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?"
And it's like they manifest as spheres as well. That's why they look like Magica.
Yeah.
Because the whole time that was like her fear that like Magica is gonna come back.
Yeah.
We see later on that Lena's still very much afraid of Magica.
Yeah.
And like like it's funny because like they're both running, trying to like, and they're arguing like, you know, like, we need to do something together because like Violet's the one that says like we have like nothing in common, but we both care about Webby.
Yeah.
And she's being taken away.
Yes, and she gets out of the mansion.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Yeah.
Like,
This is your fault. If you hadn't meddled with magic, Webby would still be safe. The tulpas are manifestations of great desire, like your desire for magical power, or your desire not to be forgotten by Webbigail. Newton's apple, you are dense. You'll note the tulpas have taken your form. They are manifestations of your own jealousy trying to keep Webbigail with you in the Shadow Realm. Ugh, maybe. Look, we have nothing in common, but we do both seem to care about Webbigail!
Yeah. So they're making their way to like the main, what's it called?
foyer.
The foyer, yeah.
Whatever, the front door. And so we go back to Beakley and Launchpad, who, they don't know what's going on.
No.
Other dimension.
And they're excited now.
Yeah, Beakley actually gets into Darkwing. Like, they watch some episode, and she's like, holy shit, that was actually kind of...
She turned off her brain.
She did. Actually, that was really suspenseful. Okay, she's like, all right, I'm in. Okay, put the next episode.
Yeah. And Launchpad's like, you know, tragically, I can't. Like, the show was canceled before the season.
Before the finale.
Which made me think, how many seasons did this show get?
Yeah.
Did this show not even get one?
Oh, no. No.
Which would kind of make, like, Jim even more pathetic.
Yeah, it would.
But, yeah.
I want to say it had as many seasons as original Darkwing did, which is 2?
2? Okay.
2?
Me. But, yeah. 2, 3?
I don't know. Sure.
Who knows? But, like, she's like...
Well, I mean, if it was enough to get, like, a movie, it'd have to at least have been fairly popular.
Okay.
There's a few seasons.
Okay, I believe that.
Yeah.
I just want to make him more.
Yeah, because I mean, like, Transformers... What's another show they got to reboot?
Reboot or movie?
Movie, sorry. What's another movie they got to reboot off a show?
Invader Zim.
No, a show they got to reboot into a movie. It's like Transformers, like from the 80s.
Yeah.
Batman, actually.
So did Invader Zim because it got canceled.
No, but yeah, but like that's Netflix. I mean, like in theaters. Like Transformers, Batman, Superman.
There's a couple of like shows.
There's like a shitload of stuff. I can't. My brain's turned off.
Now. Like isn't there like a couple of shows that like years later they're like, okay, we're gonna give you like an epilogue or something.
Yeah. Anyway.
She's like, I need to know.
Yeah, I need to know what the fuck what the fuck happened then. I need to know. To which Launchpad, he's like, well,
luckily for you,
I have a fan fiction.
He's like, you know, like, in this, he calls them his theories.
Yes, he put them into a fan script.
Which, you know, like, it's going to include, like, Darkwing's new best friend.
His best friend and sidekick. His new best friend and pilot.
Yes.
Launchpad. But it really cuts him off, like, we must film this.
Which I love.
It's really fun.
Friendship.
But what happens next? I can't just end the show like that. I have to know what happens.
I have a few theories, which I put into a fan script. See, with the help of his new best friend and pilot, Launchpad, Darkwing...
We must film this.
Woohoo! They can actually be friends over something.
Mm-hmm.
And so we see Violet and Lena working together to banish the tulpas.
Yes.
They're with the hand of my friend's friends. It's like, we're not friends.
No, not yet.
No.
Like, what? Yeah.
And then the incantation works.
Yeah.
So it starts, like, so the Shadow Realm starts dissolving around them.
Mm-hmm. And it's, the full thing is, with the hand of my friend's friend, we bring bitter jealousy to an end.
Yeah.
But we see kind of that as the Shadow Realm is disappearing, it's sort of also making Lena disappear.
Yes.
Yeah. She is part of
she's the last thing. So
yeah.
She's very slowly fading from existence. And we don't know if this means she'll be gone forever.
Yeah.
Like gone, or if she'll just be back in the Shadow Realm.
And it breaks my heart to see Webby in this episode, because, you know, she's watching Lena disappear, and she's just like, and she's just like crying. And so is Lena, and like at that point, like, they hold hands, and then Violet joins them. Yeah. And we see that the bracelet is glowing. Yeah. Like this blue light, and it covers all of them.
Yeah. And we see that Lena's basically just arms and head and arms at this point. And like, so the magic of the bracelet surrounds them.
Mm-hmm. Like
living behind
like, tunnel.
A blue light and smoke. And Lena's back.
Yeah. And it's cute, like, Webby cries again, but this time of, like, joy and happiness.
She, like, dances and plays because she's so excited. Yeah. And then they all hug. Yeah. And it's very nice.
It's so sweet.
So the friendship bracelet saved Lena. Yeah. It's like the magic in that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then...
And we see Launchpad comes in like, oh, hey, did anyone wear those smoke bombs? Yeah. And we see Beakley's on top of the stairs in a Darkwing Duck costume. I love. She's like, hurry up, Launchpad. We need to film this before the boys come back and ruin everything.
Scrooge one of the boys?
Yes.
Yes, I love it.
And she has a smoke bomb that she throws and waits for it to clear before running off. And Launchpad's like, oh, never mind, we found some more. Yeah. And then to Lena, just, oh, hey, Lena.
And so, they go back to, like, do their horror makeup.
Yes.
And I guess Lena was basically explaining to Webby that she's been with her the whole time. Yeah. And Webby's like, that is, like, the sweetest, non-creepiest thing anyone's ever said to me. Yeah.
You've been with me this whole time?
Well, I wanted to make sure nothing bad happened to you or whatever.
That is the sweetest, non-creepiest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Yeah, so they do makeovers and, like, they, like, purposely freak Webby out. I'm like, this child's been traumatized enough.
Because, like, Violet's like, you know, like, this is very educational. And then she's like, the tone kind of shifts, and we get, like, a upward angle and, like, darkening, and she's like, you know, too bad you didn't trust your friend earlier. Like, now I'm gonna seek revenge on you. And then we turn to see Lena's, like, face melting. Yeah. And Webby's like crying.
Oh my god.
And then someone says like, oh my god, you were right. We got it good.
Yeah.
And Webby's like,
yeah, this is totally cool. Yeah. I love this.
Yeah, she's like, best friend.
Yeah. Definitely not traumatized.
So I took a break to teach Anna how to floss.
Didn't pause a beat. It's true. Yeah. I sort of know how to floss now. I did it before. I'm like, how are they doing that?
Yeah, it's the hips and the hands.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If only someone could take a video of me learning to floss. I guess we could just prop my phone up.
Oh god. But yeah, I mean, do you want to say the actual Wikipedia? Because I only have examples.
Oh, I just give examples.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, I didn't realize tulpas were a real thing until you brought it up. I'm like, fuck, they're real? Oh.
I was like, oh, did you, like, do some lore?
My bad.
Sometimes we discuss, like, where we're going to say lore, like, before the episode.
I had no clue. So, tulpas are a real thing. A concept in I'm reading off Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. A concept in mysticism and paranormal of a being or object which is created through spiritual or mental powers. Modern practitioners use the term to refer to a type of willed imaginary friend, which practitioners consider to be sentient and relatively autonomous. Mm-hmm. And then there's some other stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, I doesn't know this, but I know that from Supernatural.
Oh, God. Oh,
well,
God.
These two specific ones I thought were really cool.
Okay.
Because, so the first tulpa, because season 1 of Supernatural is like it's very, like, Americana horror. So it's things that are, like the Lady in White.
I don't know what that is.
Like,
I don't want to know.
Okay.
It's scary, I don't want to know.
It's scary.
It's night, I don't want to know.
So it's things that are, like, in like, American culture.
Yeah.
And so they go to, like, this house that's haunted. Supposedly, like, this murder took place in this place.
Yeah.
But they can't find any of, like, the usual, like, signs that something took place. Like, they can't find any bones. They can't find, like, anything. They know that, like, there's, like, a killer in this house, like a ghost, but they can't figure out. So what actually happened is that some person on the internet, like, knew about this, like, abandoned house, wrote up, like, an entry about it, like, made up a story about, like, a killer that, like, I think killed his, like, daughter or something, made it up. And the story gained so much popularity that it created a tulpa, in which basically this house became haunted by the story and by the fact that so many people believed the fact that it was haunted. So it became like a loop. Okay. So the way that they defeated it was basically making the guy who wrote the article say, like, you can defeat it with, like, I think it was, like, silver bullets.
Okay.
So then enough people believed that that was the way you could defeat it, that when they used the silver bullets, it actually worked.
Okay.
And then they also, later in other seasons, they did basically a Slender Man episode called Thin Man, but it basically, like, it's another tulpa.
Okay.
It's like Slender Man himself, he was, like, created on the internet, blah, 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 blah.
A lot of, like, thinking, like, the internet has, like, the power to, like, alter reality.
Yeah. That's because, like, I guess tulpas, well, now with the internet, it's easier to spread these stories and get people to believe, I guess. And so the whole thing was, like, that it was obviously fake, but because it basically matches the cult following that Slender Man got. Yeah. It became so popular that it was actually, like, a creature. Yeah. And it was actually killing people.
Oh, okay.
Because so many people believe that this creature was real. And again, like, they had to be like, okay, now we need how does one defeat a creature that's, like, just the imagination of so many people? So I was just like, ooh, that was creepy. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It's my segment of I talk about Supernatural.
And yes.
Well, the first episode is, I think, better. I just like it more because it's season 1. If you want to watch at least that one's, like, actually scary.
What's the name?
Haunted House.
Oh.
It's, like, a legit season 1. I would recommend because there's actually, like, they do, like, the Bloody Mary case.
No.
They do again.
I'm leaving. I don't like scary stuff.
I like to mention the women in white because I'm legit a fan of them. She literally laughed down the stairs. There's another episode where they think it's a tulpa. No, they think it's a tulpa. Turns out it's this old man who's psychic.
Gross.
But no. It's a interesting episode. It's called Hunteri Hiroshi.
You made me go make sure the door was locked. Front door.
It's called Hunteri Hiroshi, and it's this. They go to a town where these crimes are happening, but they're, like, cartoony crimes. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, like, the crime they're investigating.
A safe dropped on someone.
An anvil dropped on someone. They also investigate, like,
Roger Rabbit bullshit.
They investigate a suicide that someone saw happen, but, like, so they describe it as the man walked off of the building, was fine, he was, like, midair, then he looked at the ground, and then he fell. Then someone robbed a bank, but with, like, drawing, like, a hole, like a black hole. They go talk to, like, I think they're in a, like, an older, like, a retirement home, and they're talking to this cat, and the cat talks, like, back. So, like, a lot of weird shit is happening. Like, Dean at one point hits his head with a hammer, and, like, little birdies fly around. Turns out it's this old, like, psychic man who's trapped in his mind, and all he does is, like, watch old cartoons. So he's, like, there's, like, a radius of magic around him, and a man was taking advantage of him to do crime. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good episode.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
You were legit creeping me out. I legit went to go make sure the front door was fucking locked. God. It's not that my mom's house is, like, has lots of windows, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Creepy.
I'm also a baby, but I like just how certain things are prevalent, not only like across. Like, you'll find certain, like, scary story myths. Yeah. Just different variations of it all around. Like, if you like kind of creepy stuff, listen to a podcast called Lore. Because they're just, it's like, it talks about, like, a lot of, like, spiritualism stuff and just, like, weird-ass shit. It's good.
I'm not good with scary stuff. I can watch BuzzFeed Unsolved, and that's because it's funny.
Yeah.
They make jokes. But I can't watch the fucking true crime at night, because I will literally feel like there's murderers manifesting outside my home.
Well, I love that stuff. Not love like some people do, but I'm studying to be a forensic chemist.
She dabbed.
I dabbed. Oh, I hate myself.
Now they know. They know we've been flossing and dabbing.
We're like 3 years too late. So now we find it so fucking funny.
I will now dab a lot. I find it fucking
it's
hilarious.
It's because of you that I do it. I used to not do it at all. My roommate used to do it.
When it was a thing, I refused.
Yeah.
Knowing that once it became passé, I would love it. And I do.
But yeah.
Anyway,
Girls' night.
Girls' night. I learned to floss. Anyway, back to the episode. So there's some issues with the episode. I mean, not issues with the episode itself, but like just part in the episode and part when we like just Lena, what they do with her, kind of. I mean, how she's acknowledged, I guess, how the rest of the cast treats her. Mm-hmm. In that they don't treat her in any way.
Yeah, like we mentioned before that Beakley was just on top of the stairs looking at the girls. Yeah, she didn't say anything.
No. She just dunked the Launchpad.
Yeah.
Somehow not noticing, or the girl
like Launchpad blocking Lena.
Yeah. Because I really wanted to get more of Lena and Beakley, because Lena could use a positive female role model in her life, considering she's only had Magica being a horrible dictator, abusive person who doesn't
consider her a being.
Who doesn't consider a being, much less family. Yeah. And like openly mocks her for calling her aunt. Mm-hmm. So, and what we got in Terror of the Terrafermians was kind of setting up, like what I felt was set up for more Beakley and Lena development, because of course Beakley's gonna be really protective of her granddaughter. Yeah. And this is something this kind of shady teen whose influence could maybe get Webby in danger, put her in trouble. Yeah. And Beakley is very vocal about her not trusting Lena. Mm-hmm. They get to a point in that episode, I mean, obviously at the end, where Beakley starts to trust her. I mean, to their own detriment, because at that point she's very much working for Magica.
Mm-hmm. But she invites her over. She says, you're free to come.
So I wanted to see more of that. I mean, she realizing that she was right about Lena, but also not really. Yeah. Because Lena, I mean, there's only Lena being homeless. Yes. Lena, like, living alone for, as far as we know, those full 15 years. Yeah. That she's existed. Yeah. So, I don't know, I wanted more of the cast, like, the adults. Mostly, I wanted the adults reacting to this. Yeah. Because what we do get is, like, in one episode and then never brought up again. Mm-hmm. Like, Lena and Beakley don't interact again. No. And which I definitely thought there should have been more of. Yeah. Especially just in the finale or at any point with, because Lena has been mentioned since the finale, when she died, as far as the cast knew. And only the kids talk about it. Mm-hmm. None of the adults who were also there and watched a child die. Yeah. Again.
Yeah, and I'm assuming, like, Webby would maybe say something?
I mean, like, Lena was over all the time for sleepovers. Yeah. We see briefly even Lena and Donald interacting. Mm-hmm. Like, just when he spoke and it was incomprehensible. But just the fact that, I mean, there's been a lot of this lack of adults reacting to Lena's situation. Mm-hmm. The most we really got was with Lena and Beakley, it was kind of indirectly. Yeah. But with Scrooge, it was directly. Mm-hmm. Like, he realizes that this girl is being possessed. Yeah. First, he knows enough about Lena to be comfortable with her just being around. Yeah. While he's being a depressed sad sack in the Shadow War. Yeah. But then not only that, but that he trusts her. Like, some of him just trusts her. Mm-hmm. Like, he talks to her. Yeah. And to the point where he worries about her. And realizing she's being possessed, realizing that she's been a pawn of Magica, welcomes her into the family. Yeah. And then he watches her die. Yeah. And that's never brought up again.
Mm-mm. And it's like, I hope there would be some kind of, like, just like a comment or something, you know? Like, that we would have seen. Like, Lena's faith is very, like her place is very, like if you turn around, she's not there, she doesn't exist. Yeah. You know?
Like, there'll be certain episodes where they focus on her, but if beyond that, she's just kind of not there. Yeah. And, I mean, that works for most characters, like Violet, or like with Doofus, with other the characters, but with a character like Lena, who, I mean, her position is so unstable. Like, she was homeless. Where does she live now? Mm-hmm. And according to Frank Angones, like on I think on Twitter and Tumblr, that she was taken in by Violet's parents, or Violet's family. But that's never shown in the show. Mm-hmm. And even then, I mean, I feel like that is, I don't know if that's I feel like that is important. Yeah. Like, to see where is she living? Because they made a point of showing that she was homeless. Mm-hmm. Very, very much made a point of showing that she lived alone, that she was homeless, that the, like, concrete basement she lived in was very sad and depressing because she was living alone. Yeah. And, I don't know, I just, like, this, like, just like a lack of adults reacting to her situation.
Like, we talked about this, and I said, like, I would have, maybe if you don't want to bring in Lena as, like the main cast.
Yeah, or having her live in the mansion with Scrooge.
Which I would have liked maybe Scrooge arranging that. Yes. Like passing her on to be like, oh, you know, like, she needs a more stable life.
Yes. Like, maybe actual adoption papers, like, and giving her actual papers, because she doesn't exist, technically. Yeah. She wasn't born like a person. Yeah. She's made from shadow. She is literally made of shadow now. Yeah. And so the fact, like, just more involvement from Scrooge, from Beak, like, adults she has interacted with who have shown concern for her. Yeah.
But continuing that concern. Yes. I feel like it's very jarring, because when she has her episodes and we focus on her, she has such, like, emotionally charged episodes.
I think probably more than any of the kids so far, probably.
Yeah. Like,
with maybe
this one,
with a few, like, with,
the other bin is also very heavy.
Nightmare on Kimmerer Hill is wild.
Incredibly heavy. And so when you see that, and you see, like, yes, this character, you know, she is cared and loved by these kids. And that's good. It's good that she has family in them. But, like...
But we need adults taking responsibility, because she is still a child. No matter that she's been alive for 15 years, she still has the mentality of a 13, 14-year-old. She's been in that same forever. Yeah. And now that people know about that she's been homeless forever, that she was in an abusive, not even household, like, situation. Yeah. And, I don't know, just... Because they're going through all the steps to show that she was in that situation, but then there's no adults coming in to help. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like that is lacking a lot. Just, even if a mention that, she's living with Violet, they're basically sisters now. Yeah.
And I know they had to cut it for time. Yeah. But...
I don't know.
Something else.
I feel like, kind of, cut something else. I don't know. Yeah, just, I mean...
Like, I don't know what episode it was supposed to take place in. Isn't the end of it?
I think it was Kilmore Hill. It was supposed to be mentioned that she's living with Violet. That's how Violet knows she's having nightmares.
Okay,
she's not sleeping.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's like Lena's, I don't know if her arc, just like her story, how her story is being handled, just lacking attention from the adults. Yeah. Who should be involved.
Yeah. I feel that too.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, like I said, I do love her episodes. Like, I always feel like I forget, like, how, like, she's a really good character.
Yes. Like, she has definitely some of the heaviest episodes. Are some, like, her being possessed in the Shadow War, like, in the other... just all her episodes are just really heavy and really good.
And her friendship with Webby.
Yeah. Friendship.
Yes, friendship. Because you call someone mine, it's just friendship.
Yeah.
Friends.
It's being sarcastic, by the way. We definitely think that Lena has a crush on Webby. I mean, they do.
Yeah. Violet's just third wheeling now.
I mean, yeah. We have Violet, Lena basically being her sister, and Webby her friend, being like, all right.
But, I mean, I love the addition of Violet, to be honest.
Oh, I love Violet. I think she's so great. And I think we have questions that we're going to get to, but just it's the creation of an all-girls trio.
Yeah.
And for them just to be the characters that they are is really fun.
Yeah.
Like, we have Webby, who's very feminine, but sacrifices none of that femininity to be as feral and, like, like, violent and action. Like, she loves... Her favorite death trap is spike pits, and her favorite color is pink.
I love it.
Like, that's the perfect encapsulation of her character here, is that there's nothing sacrificed for either one. Yeah. She can be feminine and love adventure and danger, and she doesn't have to give anything up for that.
And she's very intense in her emotions. Yeah. Which includes, like, you know, the bad things. Like, she's very anxious. Yeah. But she's very, like, willing to... Like, how she introduces herself to everyone. It's always like, hi, like, I'm Webby, you know?
Yeah, I love that. That's great.
And then, you know, like, Lena is a little bit more, like, a darker. But she also has, like, she has a lot of heavy emotions. Yeah. And you never get, like, oh, she's just a moody teenager. It's like, no.
It's like she's dealing with a lot of heavy trauma. And, like, the fact that she's staying a good person in spite of Magica's influence, in spite of what she's been through. Yeah. That she still cares so much about Webby.
Yeah.
And I love Violet. She's so fun. Like, she's just a fun character. Like, just so deadpan. She's like 10. And like
she's like I need my
she's
coffee.
Smarter than like half the characters. Like she's a 10-year-old who's drinking coffee. And someone would be like, wait, what the fuck? No, give that to me. What the hell? I'm drinking coffee. I imagine her parents, there's that photo set from Arthur. And it's like that one really smart kid. The brain.
Oh, brain.
And like he's like, oh, I'm feeling. He's this big word, and his parents need to have like this giant ass dictionary to know what he's saying. I feel like those are Violet's parents.
It's like they're in the dining room table, and they literally turn like this dictionary on a pedestal.
Yeah, it's open. They're like, okay, he's like, okay, let's like look up the word he said, and so
why are you feeling so sad?
Yeah, why are you feeling so sad? I feel like it's literally Violet's parents.
Yeah, I love it.
Just they have this dictionary ready to go
on their phone
now. Yeah, no, yeah. According, apparently, Violet has 2 dads, and every time Violet shows up, I'm like, 2 dads? not yet? Okay, I can wait. It's fine.
But yeah, can't wait.
But so I want to talk about since this episode is Girls' Night, and we're having Girls' Night currently. Yes. Now I'm now afraid of murderers and real life tulpas now, which is great.
Okay, the more you think about
Stop talking about it. We're done. I'm talking about girls. So I wanted to talk about, since this is Girls' Night, I want to talk about the female characters in DuckTales. Since we went through the episode fairly quickly. Yes. So I wanted to add stuff, and I wanted to plan. I planned this since it's Girls' Night.
Girls' Night.
Yes. So new DuckTales. This DuckTales has just really good female characters, and a lot of them, compared to any other show. Compared to most any other show.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that there's so many... Considering there's so many diverse and interesting female characters. Yeah. And that they're all just really fun, and, like, they're just really good. Yeah, they're really well written and developed.
In all, like, walks of life. Yeah. Taking that phrase, like, just everywhere.
Yeah.
Women.
Yes. So, like, we have Della. So, just Della on her own.
Love it.
Insane. Awesome. Like, they basically created her. Like, she's been in... There's almost no material for what she's like. Yeah. And so they created this really interesting character. Yeah. And we have Lena. We have Webby. Webby, who in the original series... I mean, there's nothing wrong with her in the original series, but she's shit on by literally everyone else.
And then she gets the awful faith of having to marry... Doofus.
That's right. Oh my god, that's right. And but that's like the fucked up feature though. So that's probably not gonna happen.
I hope not. God,
it's the fucked up feature.
Like, she's so sweet.
Yeah, like her herself is fine. She's young and kind of stupid, but she's like 5.
Yeah, she's like 5, but everyone like just
mostly the boys shitting on her constantly. And Yeah, like the best thing was her interactions with Scrooge in the original series. That was the cutest thing, and it was like
she had him wrapped around her like pinky.
Did completely like from the day they meet. He's like, oh shit,
she picks her up.
Yeah. I've had this child for a day. And Pinkley goes, oh no, that's my granddaughter actually. My granddaughter now.
Niece.
My grandniece. Seriously, their interactions are the cutest thing, always. But the fact that she was fairly, largely one-dimensional.
Oh yeah,
she was cute. She liked pink girl.
Yeah,
and in this they've just fleshed her out so much, and the fact that she's not the girl character anymore. Yeah. There's a shitload. Beakley, fucking Beakley is incredible, and the fact that she's a former spy fits the story. This is DuckTales to original DuckTales to the max. Yeah. where she's not just this kind of wimpy ass housekeeper.
Yeah.
Where she's a former spy. Who could keep up with Scrooge McDuck?
Exactly.
A spy. Someone who could kick his ass without even blinking.
Reel him in, from his batshit insane whatever adventures or whatever. Yeah.
Or someone that can keep up with him at the very least. Or beat him, actually. She can kick his ass. So Beakley herself. And the fact that she doesn't take any shit. The fact that she's just this really good character.
Yeah.
And she's great. I love her so much.
I hope we do more with her, though. But,
I think definitely season 3, considering what's going on in there.
Insert evil spy music here.
Danger lurks behind you. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Beakley, love her. And I also feel about Violet, how just the creation of the girl, a girl trio, without it having to be, the girl trio. It feels very natural. And just the fact that the show just likes to do things in threes.
Yeah.
We have the boys, because the triplets. We have Scrooge, Donald, Della. We have now Lena, Violet, Webby.
Yeah.
So it feels very natural for that to be a 3.
Yeah.
And that's really great. I love it. And so we have Quackfaster, who, so Quackfaster, which one was she? She is from the comics, yeah. I got it confused with Featherby. Featherby is Scrooge's secretary in the cartoon.
Okay.
And Quackfaster is his secretary in the Don Rosa comics. And she's just kind of just chilling. Yeah. She's there, and they just made her this batshit lady.
Feral. I love her.
The most feral. She's unhinged, and it's great.
Yeah.
And then there's someone like Mama Officer Cabrera, who is just leagues from Mama Crackshell in original DuckTales.
A special place in my heart. No, she's just I want to be like, ma'am, can I have a drink with you? Because you're very sad.
Yes,
let's get out of those hair curlers.
Let's get you to a hairdresser. Let's go shopping.
Yeah, something.
It's gonna be okay.
But I love Officer Cabrera. Holy shit, she's a member of society.
Yeah, she's an actual contributing member of society. And the fact that, just obviously making Fenton Latino, making them Latino.
Yeah.
Just on one representation. Yes. Awesome. Great. There's so few Latino characters in anything. And the fact that the show has so many is just a breath of fresh air. Because there is almost no Latino characters in anything that aren't horrible representations.
Yeah.
Or there's just not a lot of them. Very, very few.
We've talked about this before.
We've talked about it before.
How we tried to find any comprehensive list.
There's not a lot. And not even I'm talking about Fenton, I'm talking about someone like Officer Cabrera having a Latina woman, a Latina who's just really just a good character. Yeah. She's a mother, she cares about Fenton, she's a police officer, and she's just a good person. And she's fun.
Yeah. And we get that her personality and her little comments.
Yeah, she feels makes. like someone in my family.
Yeah. When she's guilting him about getting a job, I'm like, oh, no. I love it.
Yeah. So just that on is really great, and just
and we're gonna get more female characters next season.
Yeah, we're getting Daisy, we're getting Goslin, we're getting fucking Molly from Tailspin. I can't think of anyone else. We're getting a lot of people.
What's her name? The mouse.
Oh my god, the fucking... Oh no.
Gadget?
Yes, the Rescue Rangers.
It's nothing against the Rescue Rangers.
No.
We just want to know how big they are.
We were talking about before on our recap of Comic-Con information, of news.
Yes.
That I'm so terrified. I don't want them in the show because no matter what size they are, it's gonna be awful. If the normal, duck human size, that's too big. That's too big. But if they're mouse-sized, that's so much worse because it breaks the rules of the world. Yeah. There's no people, there's no anthropomorphic animal person who is that small.
Yeah.
They aren't.
No. It's not Zootopia.
It's not Zootopia. This is DuckTales, where everyone is duck-sized or bigger.
Yeah.
They can't go smaller. They cannot. So I'm
legit kind of excited, to be honest.
I'm terrified. I'm so terrified.
I know very little about them.
I know almost nothing. I know they exist. I know they exist in the human world. That's why they're, mouse-sized, because they're in the human world. And they rescue stuff. And Chip and Dale are there, and I'm still always shocked that those are their voices. We're gonna get their fucking voices! I mean, they're gonna sound better, because it's not the 80s anymore. Yeah. But 90s. But... I'm sorry, I'm having another mental breakdown about the size of the Rescue Rangers. This is the end of the episode, so I can have this.
Back to Girls' Night.
Back to Girls' Night. Yeah. So. Oh, fucking Gandra.
Oh yes.
Fuck Gandra. I'm a fucking failure.
We're gonna get into next episode a lot more, but I love her.
Yeah.
Because she's not good. Or,
she's morally gray.
She's morally gray,
which is fun.
Yeah, because...
And also, they make Gandra not white.
Yes, exactly.
I love it. It's like, is there a character from the original DuckTales? Yeah? They're not white anymore. They're done.
And she doesn't speak like this.
No, oh my god. Yeah, they're definitely gonna get into Gandra next episode.
Yes.
Because she's fun. I like her a lot.
I love letting women... be morally gray.
Yeah.
Or even villains, really.
Yeah.
Just
fucking, we got fucking, what's her face? Black Heron.
Yes, Black Heron. Just, because women can be evil too.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Women can be evil too.
And she's very complex.
Magic of a spell.
Oh my god.
We're literally forgetting every female character that exists. We suck.
Too many girls.
There's too many girls. This is what happens. There's so many we forget. There's so many of them. Fucking, I forget. Amunet.
Elson.
Fuck! God! Fucking! I'm done.
Girls' Night's canceled. Too many girls.
There's too many girls. There's not enough room. I can't believe I fucking forgot Zen Allison. She has the most rights.
Her. Yes.
God.
I love her.
Can't wait for her to fucking punch Gongold in the face.
Dunk.
She hasn't already.
Multiple times.
Kick him off a building. No one will question it.
No. It was like, he had it coming.
He had it coming.
He had it coming.
God. Okay, this is devolving.
It feels like I want to watch Chicago, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, I think we're done. Girls' Night is officially over.
He ran into my knife. He ran into my knife 10 times.
Okay, no, we're done.
And he kept on screaming, "You've been screwing the milkman!" And then he ran into my knife. He ran into my knife 10 times.
If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same.
Oh fuck, we have questions. We're not done.
And we thought we wouldn't have enough content.
I know, we're fools. We just have to lose our shit for half an hour. Alright, we have a Twitter question, real quick. From Secret Soup. It's a long one. Okay. It's cool.
Yeah.
So, throughout the second half of season 1, it seemed obvious to a lot of us, the gays, capital G,
yes,
that Webby was developing an unmistakable crush on Lena. This is pretty exciting, as we've seen an increasing amount of LGBT plus representation in children's media. Children themselves are very rarely the focus of that representation. It's halfway through season 2 and Lena's back. We've also met Violet, the third in what is now Team Magic. Frank and Glennis has been clear that the three of them are now officially BFFs now and forever, which is great, but I'm worried the compact nature of the episodes and the promise that I'll be seeing a lot of them together in the future means that Webby's uniquely special affection for Lena, might not be a thing going forward. Is this a reasonable fear to have, or am I just being an unreasonable and entitled shipper?
I think it's reasonable.
Yeah, and we also know from future episode Nightmare on Kimoto Hill, that's not the case. That is that is not the case.
Yeah,
but I think I think it definitely is reasonable. There is the worry that they're adding another female character, so it'll just be all friendship, all around.
Yeah,
but we see that it's not.
I find it very obviously different, to me at least, a known gay, how the relationships are. Like, with Webby and Lena, it's very, like, deep emotional bond that's also, like, a crush.
Yeah.
And with, like, Webby and Violet, it's like, oh, you're weird, quote-unquote, you know, and you know a lot of, like, deep, like, ancient languages and lore.
It's friendship. There for them, it's friendship based on shared interests.
Yeah,
because Webby and Lena do not really have anything in common.
Yeah, no.
So it's different, definitely. Like their affection for each other is definitely different from Webby and Violet's friendship, or even as we know, Lena and Violet's friendship.
Yeah. For them, it's very sibling. Like, I don't even like you. Like a little bit like antagonistic. We got that already. Like a little taste of it, and we know, because of word of God, that they're living together, you know? So, to me, I feel like it's obvious. Of course, sometimes people are very dense and refuse to see things that are in front of them, so maybe other people will deny it's a thing, you know?
But, it's very unmistakable, from the finale, from the Shadow War, how Webby talks about Lena is blatantly how, like, someone talks about a crush.
Yeah, she would be like, my beautiful friend.
Yeah,
like my friends are beautiful, but I don't go around introducing them like that.
I'm forgetting what she said if I put it in, but, like, how she talks about Lena, like, twice is very, like, they're all, like, the boys are, like,
excuse, can you reel it in?
We have something to do. Like, I get it, but...
Oh, it's specifically, like, the poetry.
Yes.
That she wrote. She's like, oh my god, like, a heart of a poet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And they're like, dude.
You're like, can you read it, though?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
A poem! Best friend, rebel, poet. Is there anything Lena can't do?
Yes, I think it's obviously unmistakable in the Shadow War. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, what's the question?
Is it rational to, like, fear that they can go that way?
Yes. So, definitely rational to fear that, but I think what we've seen so far, that it's not going that route.
Yeah. We hope.
No, what we've seen.
Yeah.
It's not been that. And we have questions on Tumblr. From Poison Dog 2.
Who says, I'm so excited to see Lena return to the physical plane and be with everyone again, especially Webby. With the addition of Violet, I think that's her name, and the return of Lena, how do you think Webby's dynamic is going to play out with the two of them? And how do you think all the kids in general are going to interact, including the triplets? This is an old question.
I know, like, this question that we got way before before the rest of season 2 was released.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, so we know. We've seen how they all interact. And, like we said, it's very sibling relationship between Lena and Violet. Mm-hmm. With, Violet and Webby, it's very friendship based on shared interests.
Yeah.
And the boys kind of, they do blend in kind of seamlessly with the group, too.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It was nice to see them all interacting.
Yeah.
Like kids.
Yeah, and that was nice. We have another question from Zara2148. My little pet theory is that Beakley, being a fan of Darkwing, is going to tie into Drake interacting with and eventually joining Shush.
I'm nodding along.
Yes, yes, I hope so. I mean,
yes.
She's into it now, so she's like, oh shit, an actual Darkwing?
Mm-hmm.
No shit. Mm-hmm. But I think I have a theory that I'm going to probably bring up later. Again, I'll bring it up now because I want to. That I think Shush is a defunct organization. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's active like Foul is because everything we've seen of Shush has been just from Beakley. Yeah. And only in flashbacks. Mm-hmm. And I would think the same of Shush, except some stuff. Mm-hmm. Finale. Yes. Which we'll get into later. But I think Shush is a defunct organization because we have not seen anything of them currently. Ludwig is, as far as we know, dead. There's no mention of J. Gander Hooter, who is the director in Darkwing Duck. Yeah. And all we have is Beakley and Scrooge, who's obviously no longer an agent, and neither is Beakley, technically. Mm-hmm. And there's been nothing of Shush currently existing. Like when Scrooge has to go rescue Beakley on the island from Black Heron, it's just him. Yeah. Like, he doesn't call anyone from Shush. It's not an actual mission that they're going on. It's just to help her. Like, it's not like, I should contact Shush because, like, Black Heron's back. Yeah. It's like, no, like, I just need to rescue her from that. Yeah. So it definitely feels like all we get is, of Shush, really Shush, the actual agency, is the confidential case files of Agent 22. Mm-hmm. There's nothing else. Yeah. So I think Shush is defunct. And so with the inclusion of Darkwing, we got Gizmo Duck, we're getting... Foul. I think, and obviously Beakley, I think Shush will come back. Mm-hmm. That's my theory, at least. And definitely Darkwing being a part of Shush will help give him legitimacy. Yeah. And give him weapons, give him tech, give him a hideout. Like a support network. Yes. Yeah. Which is what he has in an original Darkwing Duck. Mm-hmm. And Gizmo Duck needs a fucking break. So yes, honestly. Let him join Shush. So I think definitely, I think Beakley will be a part of Darkwing Drake joining Shush, maybe even bring Shush back. Yeah. If it is defunct, like I think it is. Like we were talking earlier, you said like trios. I feel like this would be a trio, like a good trio. Oh damn. Between them three. You know, Gotham, they're another trio. Yeah. The adults. So like Beakley, Launchpad, Darkwing. Darkwing. Yeah. That's like not, because since we know we've established a Beakley Launchpad friendship, and the fact that Beakley really does like Darkwing Duck. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I love it. Anonymous, what do you want to call him? Mr. Banana Brain. Mr. Banana Brain said, it's really nice to see that Webby now has her own group of friends to hang out with. No offense to the boys. And they kind of make me think that they're this show's version of April, May, and June. Yeah. I mean, April, May, and June are Daisy's nieces because comic writers are like, fuck it, let's give her identical nieces. Yeah, because we have to just draw the same character 3 times. Their color scheme is orange, yellow. Oh my god. Pink? No. What is it? Purple. There you go. Yeah. Their only animated appearance is in The Caballeros. Legend of the Caballeros, my bad. And they're fun. Yeah, they're... I mean, they don't really have distinct personalities at all. They look exactly the same. And I can't tell you which one's which. I have no clue. Ugh. I have years of experience with Huey, Dewey, and Louie, but I don't know for them. And I think they have the same voice actress, too. Yeah. I assume they do. Because they have no distinct anything, like personality or appearance. But they're fun. Yeah. They're very fun in the show. They're one of the parts I enjoy. Of the show that we totally haven't seen yet because it hasn't come out. That's The Legend of the Caballeros, which will be on Disney Plus. Yes. Or online. Online, I mean like illegal. Okay. Legal stream. Which we definitely have not watched. A year ago. Definitely not. And have vocally complained about in the past. Definitely not. But yeah, I definitely like what Webby has. I mean, just like the fact, just like girl characters having other friends who are girls is not always a thing because there aren't enough female characters in existence. Yeah, or if they are, they all hate each other. Yeah. Or the closest we got I've seen before this that was well done was Mabel with Gwenda and Candy. Yes, I love them. But I feel like this is a bigger step because they have the individual characters in the group have arcs. Yeah. They have Like, Lena has, like, she has more backstory than Webby does.
Yeah.
Like, so just that fact is, and that they're really, really distinct characters. Like, the person is really cemented. And, yeah, I don't know. It's good.
I just can't wait to see them, like, grow as, like, friends and characters. Because they're all friends.
Yes. Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
So we have another anonymous, Paddywhack.
Yes.
Paddywhack says, I love that Webby has a lot of spirit, Lena has a traumatic past, and has been considered a problem child, and Violet has 2 dads. Goslin will have a lot to talk about with all of her new friends. I'm really excited just for Goslin.
Yes.
Fuck, I'm excited for Goslin. Like, I don't give a shit about anyone else in the new season. I just want Goslin to show up.
Honestly.
She's like one of the best parts of Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
Like, fuck Darkwing. She's really great.
Well, as we've talked, without her, Darkwing is a fucking asshole.
Yes. He becomes Negaduck here without anyone else in his life, so yes.
Yes.
And he's a dick without anyone else. Jesus. He needs a launch pad and he needs a Goslin.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait.
I'm really excited for Goslin just to be present.
With her spirit and her traumatic past.
Yes.
And her 2 dads.
2 dads. I'm really excited to know who's gonna voice her.
Oh, same. I'm very excited. This is like one of the first times that I'm excited to know like a voice actor.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm like, I trust you.
Yeah,
I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Soon.
Hopefully. Maybe. Anyway.
Of Dreams and Doodles says, not directly related to Friendship Hates Magic, but do you think the show will go more into detail about what it was like for Lena to be raised by Magica? I feel like we're already seeing how much better Lena can be when she's with positive influences like Webby and Violet, but I think it'd be interesting to see how Webby's interest in magic and the spells she and Vi wanted... Oh my god, let me read that again. Okay. But I think it'd be interesting to see how Webby's interest in magic and the spells she and Vi wanted to know differ from Magica's revenge-obsessed magic.
Yes. I mean, currently Magica's depowered. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we're going to see her, I assume, go back to her green self. And just how she goes about doing that.
Yeah.
Which will not be great, I assume. I assume she has to kill some babies. I don't know.
I'm assuming she's gonna want Lena back.
Yes. Because she already tried.
Yeah.
Well, she will try in A Nightmare on Kilmotor Hill, but I think, it's different. I think we haven't seen her directly how it was for her to be raised by her.
Yeah.
But we've seen, like, the result of it.
Yeah.
And her trauma.
This poor girl.
Honestly. But, I believe that is all of our questions. I think that is all for us. Mm-hmm. You can find us on Twitter, at Amores Patos. That's where we post most of our information, our updates and stuff, and fun tweets about DuckTales.
Memes sometimes.
Memes, yes.
You can also find us on Tumblr at Amores Patos podcast at tumblr.com.
You can send us stuff, I guess, at amorespatospodcast@gmail.com.
You can also review us on iTunes.
Yes, we read our reviews
when we get them.
Here, yes, we read them aloud. And thank Michael at Disturbing Graffiti for our lovely cover art.
And honestly, thank you for listening to this specific episode because Girls' Night has been wild.
Yes, thank you. All right, saludos amigos.
Saludos amigos.